So, ready for the truth? I'm the Ace of Swords, and if I showed up in your love reading, it means it's time to stop guessing and start saying things out loud. With me, it's simple, honesty or nothing. I'm not about fantasy. I'm about the moment when a clear thought slices through illusion, when the conversation can't be postponed anymore, when something clicks in your head and you realize, this is what's really going on. I bring clarity, sometimes welcome, sometimes uncomfortable. In my light, I bring honesty, not hints, not passive aggression, not silent expectations. Real words, real dialogue. Two people sitting down and saying, here's what I feel, here's what I want, here's what doesn't work for me. And suddenly the fog is gone. And even if it's intense, it's clean. I often signal a confession, a serious one. It might be, I want to be with you. It might be, this isn't right for me. Either way, there's definition. And definition is power. I bring awareness. You suddenly see who's standing in front of you, what their intentions are, where this is going. Illusions don't survive logic. I cut through wishful thinking. Sometimes I mark the beginning of a relationship built on conversation and intellectual attraction. A spark that starts with ideas, debates, curiosity. Not just physical pull, mental connection. Words that pull you closer. With me, the status becomes clear. No more, we're kind of together, but not really. Expectations are defined. Boundaries are stated. I like precision. I also represent personal boundaries. The moment you say, this is acceptable to me, this isn't, and you're not afraid to say it out loud. Yes, I sometimes destroy illusions, but in the long run, that's a gift. Better a sharp truth than a slow self-deception. And I stand for rational decision-making. Love doesn't have to be blind. Sometimes the mind needs to step in and say, this makes sense, or this doesn't. I bring that clarity. But don't get comfortable, because I'm not always gentle. In shadow, I become sharp. Words turn cutting. Honesty turns cold. I'm just being truthful, can feel like a blade. I can turn into criticism. Intellectual superiority. One partner arguing to win instead of to understand. Logic used as a weapon. The other person feels dissected, not loved. I can make a relationship overly analytical. Everything is discussed. Everything is evaluated. But feelings get pushed aside. The heart gets quieter while the mind takes control. Sometimes I bring sudden, painful revelations. An affair, hidden information, a truth that surfaces without warning. And yes, it hurts, but it's still truth. I can trigger verbal conflict. Sarcasm, accusations, sharp remarks. Conversations become battles if ego matters more than connection. In some cases, I represent a cold decision to end things. No drama, no theatrics, just clarity. This doesn't work. And that's it. I can also intensify suspicion. The mind starts analyzing every word, every gesture. Double-checking, overthinking. Logic becomes hypercontrol. And another shadow, dismissing emotions. When every feeling is met with that's irrational, you're overreacting, be logical. That's when someone ends up alone in their pain. So here's my question. Do you want the truth or a comfortable illusion? Are you ready to speak clearly and hear clearly? I am the Ace of Swords. I can become the foundation of an honest, adult relationship, or I can destroy everything in a single conversation. But understand this, I never show up by accident. If I'm here, clarity is already overdue. The only choice left is this. Will you use your words as a bridge or as a weapon? Choose wisely.